Hello, today is Tuesday, October 13, and today we reviewed the concepts of the different types of variables, which we read about yesterday in class. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go to This Week in Science, and I wanted to start by pointing out tomorrow's assignment. There is a formative. It is a learning target assessment, so make sure that you do that. I would review your notes first, and then I would do the assignment. The other thing is I want you to make sure you check your grades. And I put in here a little bit about grades. If it's a daily assignment, it will get one of 3 grades on it. You'll either see an X, which means it's missing or incomplete. A check mark means you completed it, and you're welcome to redo it to do better. Always good to go back and review so you can learn from your mistakes. And then if it has a minus, it just means it hasn't been entered yet, and I need to enter whether it's been turned in or not. Graded assessments. You will know it's a graded assessment if it has a little target next to it. And those are going to be graded on a scale of 1 to 4. 0 means that it's missing. 1 means that you're working towards proficiency. You got some work to do, but you've at least tried. You've tried all the questions, you've completed it, and even if you didn't do very well, you still get working towards proficiency because you've shown effort, you're trying. 2 means nearly proficient. That means you're almost at grade level. You're almost right where we want you to be. Proficient means awesome. You're right on target. You're where we want you to be. And exceeds means you really knocked it out of the park. If you have a minus, it just means I haven't had a chance to finish grading it yet and entering the grade. Daily assignments close on Sundays at midnight every week. Graded assessments stay open for revisions and late submissions. All I ask is if you revise it, that means doing better and you redo it, or if you submit it late, that you send me a quick email to tell me, hey, Miss Dennis, I wanted you to regrade this or to grade this because I don't always know to look back at those. Right here, I have the assignments that we've done so far this week. And down below, you can see all the assignments that are assessments that we've done so far. So you might want to check those grades and see how you did. And if you got below a 3, I would either think about maybe redoing it, or if it's missing, doing it for the first time so that you can get a score. All right, good luck. And as always, make sure that you email me with any questions that you have. All right, so then back to today. I'm going to go ahead and get to today's assignment going through modules so you can see a different route to that. We have under this week, which is October 12 through 16, and go down to the types of variable Kahoots. We're going to go and finish some notes from yesterday in our journal, and then afterwards we did a Kahoot, and I have a link to the Kahoot here. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, let me know, and I can try and set up a quizzes that'll work just as well for that review. All right, Inquiry Digital Notebook, going in. You're going to click on Inquiry Notebook, and it's going to send you to a copy of your notebook, and I would like you to scroll down to slide 8. It'll look like this. And let's go ahead and fill in this information. So yesterday we read an article about doing an experiment with a sunflower, and in that example we wanted to see how changing the amount of water affected how well or how tall it grows. And so we talked about this experiment in terms of variables. So the very first variable, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight this in yellow, word variable just means something that is changed during an experiment. This could be anything. It could be what you change on purpose, what can be changed, it may not be changed. It's just something that can be changed during an experiment. All right, the next word, I just noticed this is not the same font, and that will drive me nuts. Okay. The next one is the independent variable, and we highlighted that one in green during our reading yesterday. And the independent variable is the one thing that is changed in an experiment. So in the case of the sunflower, the one thing that was being changed was the amount of water. So each plant, you'd have 3 plants, and each plant would get a different amount of water. The dependent variable in blue is what changes because of the independent variable. So if we change the amount of water, then we think that the height will change, how tall it grows will change. So the dependent variable is the thing that is measured in the experiment. Another word for this is the data. So this is our data that we collect. And like I said, in the example of the sunflower, that would be how tall it grew. So the first plant didn't grow at all, the second grew 10 centimeters, and the third grew 20 centimeters. All right, the final one is the constant variables. And I would like you to make sure you add this letter S in here, because constant variables, there's almost always more than one. In fact, there can be hundreds of constant variables depending on what your experiment is. And the word constant just means the same over and over again. It doesn't change. And I actually asked that in class, and that's exactly what you all came up with, which is awesome that you know what that word means. And so the constant variables are all of the things that will be kept the same during an experiment. So in the case of the sunflower, we are going to keep, the only thing we're going to change is the amount of water, which is the independent variable, and that should cause a change in how tall it grows, which is the dependent variable. And in order to make sure that the water is the only thing that's affecting its height, we're going to keep a bunch of things the same. We're going to have it be planted in the same type of soil, the same amount of soil. It's going to be in the same type of pot with the same shape. It's going to be put in the same place. All 3 pots are going to put it in the same place, so they are exposed to the same amount of light and the same temperatures all day long. And we're going to basically control everything about what those plants are experiencing except the amount of water. We're going to keep everything the same, so that way we know that the only thing that could possibly cause a change in the growth is the amount of water that we put in that plant. Okay? All right, when you finish with these notes, don't forget to go back to the assignments and go ahead and give that Kahoot a try. If it doesn't work, again, let me know and I will try and figure out an alternative way for you to practice that concept. And then tomorrow, don't forget to do your variables assessment that is linked in This Week in Science under Wednesday. Good luck, and as always, feel free to email me or get a hold of me if you have any questions, and I hope you do well. Bye.